How's it going, everybody? Sonic Lightningbolt here. I hope you enjoyed that little piano cover. It was, if you couldn't guess, Ollie A's theme. Yeah, music credit is up top on the screen right now. Whew, how is it going? It is October, meaning it's the spooky month. And if you haven't seen my video that I did yesterday, then go check it out. I might put the link in the description of this live stream. So if you want to go watch that, go watch that. It was just basically our ghosts reel and going through and analyzing a ghost video. It was fun. So yeah, go check that out. Me and my buddy Use Tunes, we put another video up on his channel. It's a Halloween video. And you know what? That's the first thing we're gonna watch. So this is gonna be like just a fun little live stream, just to kind of watch some spooky stuff. Just have some good old fun. So yeah, let's get it started. Let me do that. And I'm using the monitor capture, so you're gonna see this pop up every once in a while. So yeah, sorry about that, but let's watch this first. This was fun to make, this was fun to do, and yeah, let's just give it a good old watch.
Oh, I'm so ready for this haunted house.
Totally, dude, let's do it.
Alright, this isn't even gonna be scary. It's just gonna be lame people in lame costumes.
Just want to say, funny thing about this was my buddy Use Tunes, he had the idea for this, and then since then we've been making a bunch of like stupid stuff. But yeah, this
What's
is
your opinion?
fun to make and fun to do.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's try it. Yeet.
Alright, I think we should go in that room first, over there. What do you think?
How about we split up? Here, I'll go in this room.
Okay, yeah, I'll go in that room over there.
Alright, Mimi, you go in that room.
Also, this is kind of a parody-ish of Super Mario Logan. That's kind of where he got his inspiration from, and so we just kind of parody him. But
Why not that room? It's closer.
Why not
Well,
that?
don't you see the sign?
closer.
It says keep out.
Okay, fine. Let's split up, and then we meet back here at 2 o'clock, okay?
Alright,
Okay, let's go.
alright.
Never split up in horror movies. Never.
Well, it's a bathroom.
Okay, here's the funny part about this video was that, so I voice two characters, and he voices the one that's in this scene. And the funny part about this was that we were like, how are we gonna do this? Because he wanted to be in the shower. So we're like, okay, how are we gonna do this? And he's like, well, okay, well, I'll just stand in the shower and I'll do my lines from there. And I was like, that's good, because it'll sound like it's
Nothing really seems out of place here.
echoing-ish.
Wait, is that water on the floor? Oh boy. Let's see what's behind the curtain.
Okay, fun thing about that mascot head, we just found it in a closet. So we used it.
Mimi was right. This is just a laundry room.
Same thing for this scene.
Laundry room?
I'm right here, and I'm doing my lines.
It's your turn to play.
Was I wearing sweatpants or jeans? I was wearing jeans.
What is this? This is just a bedroom. There's nothing scary about this. I mean, yeah. Was that supposed to scare me?
You're not scared?
No. I've been to so many haunted houses that they don't even scare.
I just thought of something. Another video that we did, like the first video we did, it could have also been like a Halloween special, but we just didn't do it as a Halloween special. Also, I got a bottle of flavored water with me, so yeah. And it's raining outside today, so I was like, yeet, that'll be nice. But yeah, let's keep watching.
Scare me anymore.
Well, that was supposed to scare you.
Well, it didn't.
What are you scared of?
I'll give you one hint. It's green.
How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink?
This was the longest credits I think we've had so far. And see, Used Tunes, he's Charles, I'm Bonnie and Mimi. The ghosts were you, Used Tunes, and then the guitarist, which is what we named the one guy that was in the laundry room. That's what we named him. I can't remember how we came up with it. And then we have Bathroom Blue. That was the
Eat too
mascot
much
head.
and you'll get sick. Shrimps are pretty rich.
Hey guys, it's Used to
And he has this dinosaur
here.
costume.
I hope you enjoyed the video. And here's my buddy, Sonic Lightningbolt.
Yay!
He helps me make these videos. I'm actually using his camera.
Yeah.
Check me out. Link in the description.
Yep.
And maybe at the end of the video.
Yep. So, I hope you enjoyed this Halloween special.
Loving this channel.
Like and subscribe.
Happy Halloween!
Yeah, so that was the fun haunted house video that we did. And then if you go to his channel, also subscribe to this guy. He's cool. He's a cool guy. He my friend. Yeah, see, we have other videos. There's the first guitarist. Ooh, excuse me. This is the first version of the guitarist that has 48 views. Why? And then the second version was in this one. This one was fun. It was like the shortest one we've done so far. Yeah, this one was the longest. Kind of because we didn't know what we had to do ish. We didn't know what we were doing ish, but it was fun. And then he actually drew this for me. I have yet to use it. It's for the Late Night In. Yeah, see, Late Night In thumbnail. I have it. I just gotta start using it. He good artist. He good artist. Yee. Did I thank him for this one? I didn't. Thanks, pal. For it, I'm gonna do this epic doodling. Yeet. Used Tunes, if you're watching this, there's the comment. And thanks for making this for me. I still gotta use it. So now on to the spooky stuff. We have Ghost Hunters. I've been watching this. I feel like, okay, I feel like every Halloween or October, I end up watching this series or like a couple episodes. Yeah, see, I've watched these in the past. I actually watched this one today. I watched this one yesterday. But I feel like, oh, and this one yesterday, I think. But yeah, I always end up watching these. Oh yeah, see, and I've been watching some ghost videos. I've been watching some of these episodes in the past like 48 hours, and I'm like, wow, I still like the show. Yeah, here's all the episodes. I don't know if you have to pay for it or not. I'm not gonna pay for it. But yeah, so we're gonna watch one of these. It kind of relates to the video I did yesterday. I think it was yesterday about our ghosts real. But yeah, we're gonna watch one of these. I like the show. As far as I know, they've faked one. They might have staged one thing from one of their episodes. I don't know which episode. But I do enjoy the show. It's kind of nice to watch when I'm curled up in a blanket and it's raining outside. That's how today is. And yeah, so this one, I already watched that one. One of these caught my eye. This one, yeah. So let's watch this one.
This is a place that housed criminals.
There's no warden, there's no sheriff.
Is it Alcatraz?
Hang on, let's go check that out.
On this episode of Ghost Hunters.
Fun fact about Alcatraz, people say that it's haunted. I've been to Alcatraz in San Francisco. I think it's in San Francisco. Yeah. I've been to Alcatraz before, and it was really cool. Of course, there's not much of the original island left. There's you know, some bits and pieces like the main cell house. I don't know if I think the courtyard, main courtyard that they had is still there. The problem I have with people, you know, like what modern day landmarks and people making them tourist attractions is that there's so many things that are closed off, and it's like I get it and I don't get it at the same time. But Alcatraz, there was, to me it felt it was small. It's a pretty big island. To me it felt small, and we had like really kind of limited areas that we could go in. Of course, that's every place I've really been to. I don't know if anyone has heard of this, but the Winchester Mystery House. I went there long time ago, and it was really cool. But the thing was that there's a city around it now, and it kind of takes away that spooky feeling, I guess. And it was a really nice house. It was really big. A lot of it was confusing, and like one tour is like a mile walk because you're walking a lot in the different parts of the houses. And it was really, really cool. And some people say it was haunted, and they have a video. And they told us on the tour of, like, at the end of the tour, we were in like this dining room, and there's a chandelier, and he goes, fun fact, there's a video on YouTube of that chandelier moving on its own, and it was during a tour. And I was like, whoa. So I actually did find the video, and I watched it, and I was like, that's cool. But yeah, that's those are two cool places that are supposedly haunted, and I think these guys actually did the Winchester Mystery House. We can watch that one next. But yeah, interesting
I'm
stuff.
psyched about this, man. The old Lake County Jail. The place housed some notorious criminals. John Dillinger was actually here.
I think with all these cells that we've opened up, we're getting paranormal spirits.
So it might be feeding the energy.
Yeah.
We'd like to address any of the inmates that may still be here. You're free. Even though I was a police officer, I actually want to know how I can help you. Oh, wow, that was loud. That was really loud.
And later,
My old Kentucky home state park.
One of the most memorable events was about cholera. 8 family members and 8 enslaved servants passed away.
Wow, 16 people died in this house.
Hoping we'll be able to answer some questions of our neighbors and employees.
Is anybody from the Rowan family here?
I was gonna say something stupid. I was gonna be like, why is it everywhere where there's ghosts, someone's died? I'm like, oh wait, because ghosts are dead people.
We have a whole family of people who passed away.
Yeah.
We were told that there was a female figure that's been seen looking out the window.
Is that a knock outside?
can't remember what season I had originally watched, but I'd watched one of like their older seasons. I think it was like season 1 or something like that, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, this new season I like it too.
So I'm psyched about this, man. The old Lake County Jail and Sheriff's House. This place was built in 1882, and it housed some notorious gangsters and mobsters. John Dillinger was actually here. You're looking at public enemy #1 there. And also James Salmons, who was Al Capone's main hitman.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And there's just a lot of different claims that seem to be going on there that a lot of people believe might be associated with those people.
This place seems pretty cool, you know, a lot of history and a lot of different claims, shadow figures, voices, orbs, people being touched, women particularly feeling danger in this place. They're pushed into cells, dragged into cells.
It's really neat also because you're going to this jail and you as an ex-officer.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I loved police work. Just having that extra set of investigation skills, I feel like it's
something I've let me go back real quick. Something I find funny.
Feeling danger in this place. They're pushed into cells, dragged into cells.
It's really neat also because you're going to this jail and you as an ex-officer.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love the police.
GMC. I don't know what that last one is, but it might be a GMC. But to me, that logo right there looks like it's a Ford, but I don't know if that's
work. Just having that
logo or not,
extra set of investigation skills, I feel like it's helped me tremendously in this field, and will probably help me tonight in this investigation.
Absolutely. I think this is going to be wild. Let's talk with Jim, find out what's going on.
Taps case, Old Lake County Jail, Crown Point, Indiana.
Hi, Jim. Yes, welcome to Crown Point.
Jason. Hi, I'm Steve.
Emerson.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us out.
Glad to have you.
This is cool, right? From more of a living situation straight into
the jail.
A jail.
That thick wall
That's
is the only thing that separated.
That's a small jail. It's like a house, and then it became a jail.
A family from
it's interesting.
public enemy #1.
Jeez.
The Old Lake County Jail originally had 10.
Yeah, see, look how small that is. I mean, I guess it's small, but like, I don't. What? This must be an add-on to it because I know there's a cell for every window here in this picture.
Cells plus the attached sheriff's home.
There was a law in Indiana that required the sheriff to live in or next to the jail.
For over 70 years, various sheriff's families lived in the...
Imagine living next to a jail. Like your work is so bad that you have to live next to the jail. I would be terrified to sleep at night. Because, like, there's criminals staying in the building right next to you. It's like, dude.
Adjoining home until it closed in the 1970s. The building was expanded in 1908, and by 1928 had 150 cells. Some of the most famous gangsters and mobsters of the time made their way through these cells.
You know, it was a gangland type area back in the 30s. We're close to Chicago, and we had a lot of criminal element.
Yeah.
Dillinger, Salmons, and Youngblood. Those are the worst of the worst, but there were many others over time, probably too numerous to mention.
John Dillinger, public enemy #1, was captured and brought into the jail in January of 1934, which was well publicized in the newspapers. He was housed on the first floor in the cell next.
Yeah, see, this is, I guess, one of the cells, and they have like 2, maybe 4 bunk beds in there. It's crazy.
To another infamous gangster, Herbert Youngblood, and in the same cell that James First Salmons, Capone's hitman, had occupied the year before.
Capone stayed in Alcatraz.
On March 3rd, 1934, both Dillinger and Youngblood made headlines again when they escaped from the jail, which up until then was thought to be escape-proof.
Dillinger went back up to Chicago and they robbed a couple more banks, and then he was killed on July 22nd of 34.
The building operated until the 1970s, and then in 1987, restoration began.
My father-in-law and my late wife decided we were going to volunteer to preserve it, and we decided that we were going to...
Oh my goodness, it just started pouring outside. Like, wow. It's pouring hard out there. I mean, not like too terribly bad, but it's pretty good rain. Must be like fat rain or something like that, because that happens. Alright, I'm not going anywhere today. It's
And
raining
work
cats
on
and
the,
dogs out
tunnel
there.
Going back to Dillinger's cell block and the cell
That's a
block
spooky
itself.
tunnel right there.
Some of the doors were locked since 1974. It was just this last year that we finally got those doors open.
Now we hear there's also a lot of paranormal activity that goes on here.
Yeah, see, this is what I was saying. There's no way that there's a cell for every window, and this is kind of, I guess, one of the... Whoa, okay, that rained. Wow. This, I guess, might be like one of those side walls that you see from the outside, and then there's like the cells here. I don't know if this is all one cell or like 2 or 3, 4 cells. I don't know.
I've heard it many times by people who've taken
crazy.
tours.
What are some of the things you've been hearing? I mean, we know that women tend to feel a little uneasy in certain areas, people being sort of...
I've heard that. A policeman saw an image that he chased and it disappeared. High energy in the Dillinger cell block area.
We were just kind of sitting there talking, and all of us noticed a dark shadow moving across the wall, across the floor.
Now, we've heard people have also been pulled into cells.
I've heard that also. They've been pulled in or pushed in.
Yeah.
People will be walking down the tunnel and feel an elbow in their back.
One day, I thought I saw something in the back of the cell, so I moved closer to look to see what it was, and it was just as if somebody reached out and grabbed the side of my hip and just pinched.
So some of the activity sounds a little more aggressive with things like pulling into the cells.
I would say so.
All right.
Other claims
I
include
wonder
hearing
why.
voices, uneasy feelings, and anxiety, metal banging sounds, and several people have reported seeing orbs.
In the walkway around the cell block, an orb appeared. It was free floating. It wasn't on the wall or on the ceiling. And it came towards us and did a zigzag pattern and shot off to the left. And it did that twice.
It's believed that some of the activity could be caused from the inmates who were killed, committed suicide, or went insane. Strangely, in the attached sheriff's home, there have also been the sounds of a baby crying, as well as a woman's high-heel footsteps.
What are you mainly hoping that we're able to accomplish here?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
we're
it's
thinking about
pouring outside right now. Woohoo! Oh, wow. Alright. Perfect weather. Perfect weather.
law enforcement museum, probably on the second floor. And I think with all these cells that we've opened up, I think we're getting more spirits. And,
So it might be feeding the energy and
yeah,
making these
I think so. That's what seems to be happening. So we'd like you fellows to come in and see what you can find. And, you know, if we can find out what these spirits are, where they are, and maybe even who they are.
Well, we're excited about this. We're going to go talk to our crew. We're going to do the best we can for you tonight.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you
very
for your
much.
time, sir.
Thanks, Jim.
You
I
bet.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
So we just got done talking with Jim here at the old Lake County Jail. And at one point, Jim was a total skeptic, but over the years, he's very much become a believer of the things going on here. He's not sure if it's attached to some of the inmates that were here. Think of the amount of energy that was left from their time here.
All right, so I'm placing this camera here on the first floor, and the goal is to try to capture any activity in this hallway and the shadow figures that have been seen.
Okay, I like this guy. He reminds me of I don't know, one episode I saw, like the first episode I saw him in, he had like a leather jacket. He reminds me of like a New York gangster or something like that. I don't know. It's funny. It is funny.
Seen just above here on the various landings.
There are a few things that are unique about this location. One is the personal connection here. We have Jim's father-in-law, Jack, who actually worked for the prison for 30 years and is the oldest living retired sheriff's deputy. And we also have a bunch of names of people that stayed in certain cells, and we can try to interact with them. I was a police officer, and here, you know, we have a jail. So that could give me some common ground with former inmates that have stayed here.
So we're setting up this camera here for the tunnel. There's claims having shadows, so we're trying to debunk anything that we can from this camera.
All right, let's tilt down, keep going, pan right a little bit. All right, I like it.
All right, Dave.
All right.
Look at this.
Yes, sir.
6 cameras?
Nice. 6 cameras.
Those are great angles.
Command
I
center.
think we're good.
All right, yeah.
We're covered.
Let's get the lights up and start investigating. Awesome. All right,
What
let's do
happens
this.
if what happens if there's activity in the command center? Then you're like, whoa. That's not good. Here's where the spoopy begins.
All right, this is Dustin and Sherry. We are in the cells on the back end of the first floor. So we'd like to address any of the inmates that may still be here, any of the guards. We're just trying to document your presence. Just curious as to who you are.
Excuse me.
Why you choose to come here. I'm Dustin, this here is Sherry. How was your treatment while you were here?
Probably terrible.
We know there's a lot of reports. Apparently, a lot of you guys like to get a little handsy with some of the ladies that come through here. And Sherry's in here with me tonight. She's a pretty tough cookie for a girl of small stature.
You can respectfully pull my hair and touch me appropriately.
Let's hear your voice.
The problem with dealing with ghosts that were prisoners, like, they don't know what they're doing. They're like, haven't seen a woman in a while, so they're just doing their thing. Yeah.
Let's feel your presence here.
Spooky stuff.
Let's do it. Hello?
Anybody in here would like to talk with us? My friend Steve here is a police officer.
I know what you might be going through in here.
Or what you might be going through in here could be related to the profession that he's in. Could be his fault.
Trying
Steve.
to blame the guy.
That clanking noise people claim to hear.
The prison guard.
Do you hear it? What's that? Boom, boom.
Mr. Sammons?
I can very faintly hear what they're talking about. It's like like, I don't know, it's really quiet. Like,
I heard it. Yep. I heard the clanking.
And it was coming from over here.
Yeah, it was like a quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us?
It sounds like movement.
Oh, wow, that was loud, Jay. That was really loud.
Spooky stuff is going down now.
It sounds like movement.
Oh, wow. That was loud, Jay. That was really loud. Hello? Even though I was in... Did you just hear like a walking, like a...
Well, I heard a walking sound. I stopped back there because it sounded like somebody walking behind us.
I heard like a boom, boom. Even though I was a police officer, I'm not here to judge you. I actually want to know how I can help you.
How can you help a ghost, if I may ask?
So what do you think, KJ? Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, this is a great place. I'm really digging it.
This is the tunnel that leads to...
I'd be absolutely terrified to stay in some place like that by myself, alone at night, and it'd be like... I'd be like jumpy. Every small sound I'd hear, I'd be like, "What's that? Who's there? Who's there? I don't know. Who's there?" I don't know. I'd be like super paranoid, super jumpy, and yeah.
John Dillinger's jail cell.
I would not want to be there.
It's just a connection, huh?
They've seen shadow figures darting back and forth, and I'm just wondering if there's something naturally occurring that's creating these shadows.
We're looking for anyone that might have known John Dillinger.
I know the name Youngblood, too. He was pretty famous back then as well.
Now, we were told that some of you like to interact with the ladies. We were hoping that you'd be willing to interact with us as well.
Be a ladies' man.
Maybe tell us why you're still here.
You know, I think these doors all work still.
They do, yeah. There's a lever down there.
Oh, yeah. All right. We're going to open this bad boy for you, okay?
Oh, yeah. Pull the
Here
lever.
we go. Can you step forward for us?
You're free.
We kept up our end of the bargain. Now it's time for you to step forward and talk to us, please.
Oh, wow.
It definitely sounds like something going on. You hear that?
Mm-hmm. Like movement.
You're moving it, yeah.
Just a little FYI, I probably should have said this earlier, but in a few scenes, it's kind of funny when you can see the cameras they set up, because they're using night vision and I think like a black light filter, I don't know. And so you can actually like see the light from their little cameras that they have set up. It's like the night vision light. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. Night vision light. You can see the night vision light there in some frames. I don't know if it was just there or not, but yeah.
So this is Sam and Sherry headed upstairs in the sheriff's house of Old Lake County. This is really cool. I haven't been up here yet. Yeah, no.
The sheriff's
So we're actually inside of the building that is the sheriff's home. And from up here they hear a baby crying on this floor. Obviously there's no baby. But they also, from downstairs, hear footsteps, high heel footsteps, walking around. They walk down the staircase and just out the front door.
It's
Is there anybody here?
the lady of the house.
My name is Sherry, and this is Sam, and we're here to see if there's anybody that can help us.
Jim Emerson asked us to come out. He thought maybe you would want to talk to us.
He said he saw a few people walking around here. When he went to go and try to find you, he couldn't find you.
Because he went invisible.
Can you tell us who you are, what your name is?
John Cena.
Are you upset that they're trying to make this jail into a museum?
How do you do that?
All right. So
Oh,
this is...
never mind. I'm like, how do you make a jail into a museum? And I was like, oh wait, Alcatraz is a museum now. Oh, that was the dumbest thing I've ever said. Okay.
John Dillinger's cell.
All right, so we know we have, I mean, Dillinger, all these people.
Youngblood.
All right here.
Do you know the name Dillinger?
Did they share the same cell?
Have you heard of him? Or Youngblood?
Or even Mr. Salmons. But if they're not here, anybody that's here we'd like to talk to.
Anybody?
I don't know if you're innocent or guilty, but I'd still like to talk to you.
I would assume guilty.
If you're strong enough to grab a woman, why can't you grab me and try to pull me into the cell? I'll make a deal with you, and this is true, I'll do this. If you touch me or grab me, I'll stay in that cell all night with you. I won't leave until the sun comes up.
That's a risk.
If you want somebody here with you to talk to, or to let some of your aggression out, grab me, pull me into your cell. I'll stay here all night.
sounds like boom, boom.
Well, you know, I'll go down there.
Yeah, just
And
take
if
a
you
look.
hear it, tell me, and I'll let you know right here. Could you make that noise again?
Whoa, what's that?
Had to go to commercial break. I can't imagine watching this on live TV and like something happening and you're like on the edge of your seat and it's just commercial. Good thing they ain't no commercials on YouTube. Well, never mind.
Oh. Could you make that noise again?
Whoa, what's that?
Oh, it's this window.
It is the window?
Yep. Hear that?
Yeah. All right, so it's the window.
Yep.
Oop.
It's the window.
Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Just got a phone call that I had to take. Yeah, let's get back into it. Let's get back to it. Don't see much activity in the chat. Yeah, tell me what you thinking of the episode so far?
So between the rope and the window, I mean, on this level, it's got to be what they're hearing.
Yeah.
This is Sam and KJ on the 3rd floor of Old Lake County. This is solitary confinement area.
Solitary confinement in prisons is pretty extreme. In Alcatraz, if you got solitary confinement, you were locked in a relatively small room, and then there was the, you know, standard iron bars, and then there was just a big iron door in front of that, and they would close it, and you'd be left in complete darkness. I sat in one of those cells, and it was spooky. Like, you were in complete darkness, no light, no nothing, and it was... I can't imagine being locked in one of those for a long time.
More creepy than a hallway with a bunch of dark ass rooms where anything could be hiding. This is a place that housed criminals. I mean, some of them with violent crimes, and so, I mean, we gotta be careful about what spirits are interacting with us and how.
If any.
If there's anybody here with us right now, you have the ability to try to communicate with us, whether it be verbally or through knocking sounds or moving objects. We would appreciate it if you would help us out this evening.
Maybe there's some gentlemen who would like to grope women. I would prefer not to be touched inappropriately, but if for some reason you feel like you need to touch me, then you can tug on my hair or my jacket. But we need to have a line of respect.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's no warden, there's no sheriff.
Hang on, let's go check that out.
Sherry and Dustin to all the other teams. Just want to see anybody just drop anything or make a loud banging sound?
Hey, Dustin, you copy?
Yeah, buddy, I got you. Did you drop anything or make a loud banging sound or anything?
No, we didn't, but your timing was perfect. We just heard what sounded like a car on the outside of the building going over something in the road.
All right, 10-4. Thanks, brother.
Copy.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
I'm sitting out here in the Yukon, and there's no car that went by going over anything.
Really?
Yep, I'm sitting in the Yukon right in front of the building, so just a heads up.
You know, because Sam and I are up here on the 3rd floor, and to us, it sounded like it was in this room with us, but we were figuring that maybe it was just a car outside.
I'm looking at the alley that runs along the side of the building and the front of it. There was nothing here.
Great, well, that makes it way more interesting then. Thanks a lot. Wow, that was really cool.
Why is he out in the car anyway? That's my question.
Actually, makes it way more interesting.
Hey, Steve, meet me back up on the 3rd floor. Sam and KJ heard some noises up there, too. Okay.
Something just, I'll look at a minute, about 5 minutes in. Looked like something on the thermal just out of the side of it.
Oh, the
Some
rain's
more
picking
cells
back
over
up.
here, too. Saw you in there, too.
That's funny.
I was just over there, and we're coming through. It's like something, but it was quick. It was like right out of the left side, so hang on.
Oh, there was a little blip.
It was just boom.
Almost like it's there, but you move by it or it moves by you. And you know what makes it even a little more interesting to me is that they're claiming to see orbs up here, and then you got this thermal blast. What could be
How do you, what? Yeah.
like a spherical blast of energy?
How do you get a thermal, hang on, I actually want to see this now. How do you get a thermal camera for your phone? Or your, yeah, your phone, iPod, something, I don't know. Look it up, I'm actually going to look this up in the App Store. Thermal camera. There's night vision. Fleur 1. Fleur is typically the, oh yeah, there's an app on the App Store that, so Fleur is a big, F-L-I-R, is a big company that, makes these thermal image cameras. And now I see they have an app, so that's cool. I might get that. Ooh, yep, here comes the rain again. It is nasty outside. Like, it is pouring rain. And I love the rain. Some people are like, oh, I don't like the rain. It's nasty weather, it's gross and all that crap, but I like the weather. I like the rain. I like the cloudy weather and all that good stuff. It's nice. It's relaxing. You get to sit inside and kind of curl up in a blanket, watch YouTube, watch a live stream, probably what you're doing now, or watch anything you really want to, really, a movie, TV. It's nice. I like it. You just hear the rain tapping on the roof. It's, love it. Heavenly.
Energy like that.
Oh, I hear you. We're gonna have to take a closer look at that during analysis.
All right, gang. It's been a long night. Sun's gonna be up soon. Let's wrap up. Nice job, everybody.
We just wrapped the investigation here at the Old Lake County Jail. It's been a really interesting night. Whether it's the sounds of somebody shuffling their feet, dragging their feet, things falling, and I'm hoping that we're able to find out some of these answers that Jim was looking for and just help him out. This place means a lot to him. His deceased wife, it was a very important place for her as well. So we're gonna try to figure out what's going on and just give him as many answers as we can.
I like the van that they have. It's always at the back. It's like, it's got a lot of like shelves and stuff. They put all their equipment back there, but they also make it into like their little command center every once in a while. It's cool.
Alright guys, so Old Lake County Jail, honestly one of the coolest locations I've been to in a while.
Definitely.
Yeah. But as far as the case, I know Jay and Steve got a thermal hit, because we have it right here. Oh, that was it.
That right there, yep.
It's very quick.
Oh, wow.
Very fast, yeah.
Yeah, and it's throwing a pretty hot signature.
And it doesn't seem natural. It's not like your father's like finger, hitting the, like you would see it come on and off. This thing's just like that.
Interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And this was KJ and Sherry, and you guys are on the second floor.
Okay.
And KJ, you were talking about how small the rooms were.
Yeah.
And I think we got a response to what you said.
Whoever had those cells must have been like royalty. They're really small cells in here. What?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Chills, man.
Oh, that's creepy.
I didn't hear.
Our client, Jim, called taps to the Old Lake County Jail in Crown Point, Indiana to find out whether or not the recent renovations have stirred up the paranormal activity from the prisoners who died at one of the country's most famous jails. I've sent Steve and Sam to show them what we uncovered.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing?
Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
We're glad to have you back. We're anxious to see what you found.
This place, I mean, I don't have to tell you, is amazing. Just a really interesting case for us. This first clip here, Jason and I, we're on the third floor, and Jason heard a voice.
I heard something there. I can't tell what it was.
When we listen to it, it sounds like it says get out.
Interesting.
It sounds like it's saying "get up" to me.
This piece, we're on the third floor, and all of a sudden, we got a blip on the thermal. And it's just for a second.
Wow.
See that?
What was that? That was kind of different.
What it is hard to tell. We're not ready to say this is something ghostly, but it is unexplained. This is actually the last clip we have to play for you, but it's pretty awesome.
So this piece is KJ and Sherry, and they are on the second floor where the day room is. And KJ's making comment of the cells and their size and what they look like. And there seems to be something that's said.
Whoever had those cells must have been like royalty. They're really small cells.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
It sounds like, tell me about it.
Cells.
Oh. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Small cells.
Oh.
What was interesting to us is you see the other investigator in the hallway and you see that her mouth is not moving.
They're really small cells.
Oh. Oh.
So it's not her saying it, and it's obviously not KJ because
Right.
it's not his voice.
Oh. Yeah. Very definite.
Were there ever women prisoners here? Were there
Yes, 1882, they had 10 cells, 6 for men and 4 for women.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That makes this piece quite a bit more substantial.
I've always been somewhat skeptical of the paranormal.
Sure.
But this is very interesting, what you found.
We didn't come across anything malicious, anything that we thought would be a danger to anybody. I would look at it more like living history. It's something you could be here and experience.
Okay, excellent.
This was quite a treat. The building is gorgeous. The history, it really is awesome.
There's still a bit of this episode to go. I think they do like another place. They might have said it before, but I'm a bit skeptical on the paranormal. I mean, I've seen things, kind of. I've heard things, but like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, but yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Have you back anytime.
Good. Well, let's get out of here.
Taps came in and told us that there was nothing really malicious, and that's very satisfying to us. And I think my late wife would be extremely happy with what's happened with the jail over the last few years. And I think she'd be extremely pleased that the activity that we've experienced in the jail won't really alter what we do going forward.
That went really good. Jim was excited.
He was. I mean, we brought him some really good evidence. I was really excited to.
Yeah, I thought that was a great case.
I'm happy with it.
Low five. On to the next, right?
Yes.
Old Kentucky home.
So my old Kentucky home state park.
Yeah, Matthew, he's called us out. He's a little apprehensive.
And he's rather new in his position, but, you know, he's heard all the claims. So
Oh. That was a clap of thunder. Wind just picked up and there was thunder. Alright. Alright, I might have to unplug my computer. I don't know how long the battery will last. Don't hear any more thunder. It should be fine. I think
a little concerned about it. The place has
think
had
we'll
a
be
pretty
fine.
tragic history.
Yeah.
In 1833, Senator John Rowan and his wife Anne suffered the loss of 8 family members and 8 servants to cholera. All of these deaths could be the reason there have been reports of phenomena here.
They're having a lot of different experiences. They're claiming to see a shadowy figure come down the stairs. They're claiming...
Oh, there's another one. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 I don't know what it is. I think like when you count between claps of thunder, tells how far away it is. I think that's what it is. I counted over 10. So let's hope it's over 10 miles away.
To see some children playing. I'm excited to get over there.
I am too.
Let's do it.
Taps case. My old Kentucky home. Bardstown, Kentucky.
Hey, how are you?
Rain
I'm
just
Jason.
picked up again.
Good to meet you.
Sir, how are you doing?
Hey, very well.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Dave. Pleasure.
Thanks for having us out. So what's some of the history?
The oldest part of the house was built in 1795. John Rowan and his wife, Ann Lytle, constructed the rear portion of the house. A few years later, in 1818, they added this portion of the mansion.
What's up, puppy? What's up? My dog Buttercup came to say hello. Hi, Buttercup. Come here. Come here. Do you want to sit up here with me? Or are you scared of the lightning? Is my baby girl scared of the lightning? Huh? Is my poor baby girl scared of the lightning? Oh. Oh, come here. Oh. Now I have a doggo in my lap. Hello, baby girl. Hello. Are you scared of the rain? Huh? Are you scared of the rain? No. Alright, you can sit in my lap for a bit if you want. Mwah. You good puppy girl. Alright, let's... Now we have a, Holy crap. Hang on a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I don't know what it was that I heard, but I heard like humming behind me. And it just scared the crap out of me. I'm sitting next to a few windows. And I was like, is someone outside? Like, what was that? I don't know what it was. It might have just been the rain. I might be just getting freaked out for no reason. Oh, that's scary. That is scary, dude. Alright, yeah, let's
that we're standing
keep
in
watching.
now. Mostly, my old Kentucky home is just known for the writing of the Stephen Foster song, which has become fairly well world-renowned.
Now, in terms of the family that built the home, we understand there have been some deaths that have happened.
One of the most memorable events, as far as the house's history is concerned, was a bout of cholera. 8 family members passed away, and also 8 enslaved servants.
So 16 people total, and that was in the house?
Yes.
Wow.
The 8 infected family members and 8 infected slaves were all quarantined together in the dining room of the home. They all died within 24 hours. But tragedy remained in the Rowan home, and in 1855, John Rowan's son, John Rowan Jr., died when he fell out of the upstairs window while looking after his daughter, Madge. John Jr.'s wife, Rebecca, died in the home in 1897.
So now we hear that there seems to be a lot of paranormal claims that...
There are. During the early morning hours at around 4 a.m., the alarms in the house have been going off. They're mostly motion sensor alarms.
Okay.
Also, we have neighbors who have various sightings, apparitions they claim they've seen.
I take a walk every evening over here, and I just happened to look up at the stairwell window, and there was a lady standing there. And she looked at me and smiled, and I looked at her and smiled and waved and just went on. But I can tell you it was a woman in period dress and had a white type cap on her head.
Another sighting of the apparition in the upstairs bedroom that belonged to John Rowan Sr.
All right.
And then on the second floor, there's the children's bedroom. A lot of our employees have said from time to time they hear the laughter of children coming from those areas.
In the children's room on the second floor, one doll frequently moves around, possibly by the spirit of one of the deceased Rowan children.
Oh no, when it gets to like dolls and stuff moving, that just adds to the creep factor. I hate dolls, kind of. I love stuffed animals. I love, you know, action figures and figurines and stuff like that. But dolls are like really, really creepy, especially porcelain dolls, because they're just there and it's so scary. I stayed at a house one time. It was a family friend's house. And they had a room just dedicated to dolls. And I was like, there's no way I'm staying in this room. And I think I stayed in there like 2 nights, and I was like, yeah, that's spooky. But yeah, dolls. The second dolls are in the mix, it's like creep factor raised to 100.
Across the hall on the second floor
It's
is
like, no
Rebecca's old
thanks.
room, and the sheets on her bed move as if somebody is sitting there. And in the dining room, where the 16 cholera victims were quarantined, another apparition has been seen.
I came through the dining room, and I opened the door. I seen a figure go up the stairs, you know, and it kind of spooked me, so I kind of went back out.
All right, so what are you hoping that we're able to accomplish here, then?
It has been escalating. Hoping we'll be able to better understand exactly what's happening here and also answer some questions of our neighbors and employees.
All right, yeah, we'll go talk to the team from here and start figuring out how to set up and everything. But
All right,
thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
your help.
We'll
Thank
talk to you
all
soon.
very much.
Matthew. So we just got done talking with Matthew about a lot of the claims that are going on over here at my old Kentucky home. He's talking about people seeing what appears to be male and female spirits, looking out windows and just randomly disappearing, children playing on different floors throughout the house, just multiple things that people have experienced throughout the years. And he's wondering what's going on, if we're able to come up with some answers, try to figure some things out.
All right, so this is the children's room, and the main claim here is that the little doll apparently moves around the place. So we're gonna have
Again, yeet on dolls. I'm done. Dolls are scary as all get out. It's like stuff moving on its own, that's fine. That's fine. Dolls moving on their own? No. Stop. No.
the camera here all night. And if the doll moves, it'll be creepy, but at least we'll capture it.
It'll be creepy.
Right there? Perfect.
One thing that's really unique about this property is 16 people died inside of cholera. And out of those 16 people, 8 of them were actual family members. And we're really going to be able to use that to our advantage in tonight's investigation.
So we're setting this camera up. There's a claim that they see people looking through windows, so we're going to set up the camera to see if we can actually see this apparition and kind of get a view of the whole house.
And lift slow. Okay, lock it down. Perfect. All right, guys, it's all cameras.
Hey, Tego.
Hey, guys.
All right.
All right.
We got some cameras here.
Yes, we do. We have 6 cameras total, including a GoPro.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good. I say get the lights out.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be dark soon.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool.
Good job.
See what I'm saying about that van? That's the back of the van, and it's like a control center where they can, set up their monitors, and they have stuff back there. It's just cool. I love it.
So this is KJ and Sherry. We are on the 3rd floor at my old Kentucky home. And this is the attic. Is there a member of the Rowan family still residing here? We mean you no harm. We come here in peace. We're trying to figure out why you're still here. We're very sorry to hear about the deaths of your family members. We want you to know that no one suffers from cholera anymore.
Yeah, good thing too.
We were told that there was a female figure that's been seen standing on one of the landings of the staircase, looking out the window. Is that perhaps Rebecca?
Oh. There's more thunder.
Was that a door?
Yeah.
We were told that there was a female figure that's been seen standing on one of the landings of the staircase, looking out the window. Is that perhaps Rebecca? We're hoping that we're showing you as much respect as we possibly can. Was that a door?
Yeah.
Are you the woman that they see walking the stairs, looking out the window? What are you looking for?
So Rebecca was married to Junior.
Junior fell out the window.
That would...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad way to go right there. Falling out a window. Yikes.
So this is the floor with all the bedrooms.
Yes.
We have a whole family of people who passed away. So we're not really sure who you are.
Are you part of the Rowan family?
Dave and I are in Rebecca's room, and the claim in the room specifically has to do with that imprint that shows up as if somebody...
Well, there's the thunder again.
He was just sitting on the bed. So we're gonna see if we can talk to Rebecca or anybody else who wants to listen, but I put the EMF on the bed. And if you see, it's just at 0.0 right now, and there's no EMF reading in this room. So maybe somebody will sit there, maybe somebody will touch it, and we can have some communication. It's a fluffy bed, huh?
Here comes a puppy dog.
And imprints kind of stay a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, puppy girl.
That's the thing. It's already wavy. It already looks like it has imprints in it.
Yeah.
And just like anything, you fix the bed, and you see it one way and you leave. It takes time for it to settle. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if you straighten out the blanket, it's kind of poofy, but then like this indent, like it goes back
exactly.
in.
Thought I saw a
And think about a
mosquito.
tour, filing through, and there's someone who just wants to sit down for a second. They sit down and they catch up with the group. Especially old people. You know, there's no place you could really sit down in this whole area. All right, Rebecca. We'll see you later.
Buttercup came back.
Right now we're on the
Come here.
first floor, and this room right here that we're about to go into is the dining room where all of the Rowan family members were quarantined and possibly died. And we have the names of these people, so this is a really good room for us to try to establish some kind of communication.
Hello? Is anybody from the Rowan family here?
I have here all their names right here. 3 Williams and 2 Marys.
William, Mary?
That's a lot of thunder.
Are any of you here? Would you like to talk to us? What's that knocking sound? Could have been wood board.
Well, they're right there. See that?
Oh, yep, see, there's one of their cameras right there. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Oh, maybe, possibly.
Oh no, he's holding the camera. Oh, that's... I'm such an idiot. Okay.
Mary Jane? Elizabeth? We're looking for anybody in the Rowan family.
Didn't they set up a camera in there though?
We know when you passed away, you were very uncomfortable. All of you.
Can you imagine? He lost 8 people. It's terrible. Man, how about your whole world just...
All of your closest family dying of the same disease. All 8 of them at the same time.
Do you have anything you'd like to share?
Are there any slaves of the Rowan family here? We know that 8 of you died as well.
Okay, so right now, Dustin and I, we're in the children's bedroom. There's a doll that's in here that supposedly moves on its own. So we have a full spectrum camera in here getting the whole area, and Dustin and I right now are gonna investigate the claim. So it's this doll, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Of course
That doll is creepy. Creepy. Creepy.
Of course, it's the creepy doll.
Well, the other 2 in the crib
See?
are much less creepy, but...
I know some people are like deathly afraid of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's got a face of like an old lady.
Yeah, I was just...
She doesn't look like a baby. She looks like a grandmother.
She does, a very small grandmother.
She looks like stern, like she's not going to let you have cookies.
So children used to be in here, and that's, you know, I guess that's the theory of why the doll keeps
Why the doll
moving.
moves around. So if John Rowan, when John Jr.'s here, maybe his daughter Madge,
no.
when people told us that maybe this doll has been able to move, maybe you're...
It'd be creepy if the doll just, like, started moving, like, as they're sitting next to it. That would just... Oh my gosh. Dolls, man.
the one that's moving the doll. Maybe you're not even a member of the Rowan family. Maybe this doll belonged to you.
Are you a child?
We know that communication can be very difficult where you are and where we are right now. Were you one of the victims that became ill from cholera and passed away here?
If you hear your name, try your best to let us know that it's you. Mary Jane Rowan Steele, are you here? William Steele, are you here? Is that a knock outside? Mary Jane Rowan Steele, are you here? William Steele, are you here? Is that a knock outside?
It sounded like it was in the hallway, or?
Yeah.
Which name were you saying?
William Steele.
Spooky stuff, man.
William, if you're out here, if you can make that knocking sound again.
Hey team, it's late. Let's get these lights on. It's time to wrap. So we just wrapped the investigation here at my old Kentucky home, and it's been a rather quiet night. Hopefully something turns up in the evidence, but no matter what, we're going to try to come up with some answers for Matthew and the rest of the people here who have had these experiences and are looking for answers. We're here to help, and bottom line, that's what we're going to do. My old Kentucky home state park called in taps because they wanted to know if anything paranormal could be behind the strange occurrences that are taking place there. We've gone through our evidence and are back to tell our client, Matthew, what we found. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Sir, good to see you.
All right, so you gave us full access to the property, and we were looking for everything from apparitions of a female looking out the window, sound of children playing, things of that nature.
That's right.
We set up equipment everywhere, and to be completely honest with you, we didn't get many first-hand experiences.
But we do have some things to show you. At one point, Steve and I, we were investigating. We're upstairs in the attic, walking around. And when I came around the corner, there was a weird, deep, just breath that sounded like somebody breathed in and exhaled. Hear that breath?
That's very interesting.
This is two of our investigators, my daughter Samantha and Dave Tango, another investigator. Initially, when Steve and I watched this, we thought that it was the bed making the sound, but there's a voice that happens again while they're in there.
It's already wavy. It already looks like it has imprints in it.
Yeah.
Boom, you hear that
And just
voice?
like anything, you fix the bed.
Yeah.
Now she pushes hard on the bed and then, lifts her hand up and she moves it and then goes back and barely touches the bed, and that's when the voice happens.
Yeah.
So that's why initially we thought that the bed was creaking, but it doesn't seem to be anything to do with the bed.
We've been most interested in what's happening at 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning, which is when our alarm goes off in the home.
One thing we did notice, there definitely seems to be a lot of bat activity. And during analysis, we found that one of our cameras did back this up. So that could possibly be explaining the motion sensors going off. The activity that you guys are claiming to have, I don't think it sounds threatening by any means, because most of it seems that it's not interacting, it's just doing its own thing. That would be a residual type haunt. But
when they're coming around the corner, the breath could have been one of them, but could be.
Nothing that's going to make us sit here and say, yeah, definitely, we caught something, the place is haunted.
Yeah, that's great information. I appreciate it.
If the activity picks up, we'd love to come back and check it out again, see what we're able to catch, and go from there. But we really appreciate you opening the doors for us.
Absolutely.
Been awesome.
Glad to have you at my old Kentucky home.
Thank you, sir, very much.
All right, well, we'll get out of
here. Taps told us today that my old Kentucky home was probably not haunted. However, I think it's great that if there are spirits here, we're happy that they're at least not aggressive.
Well, you know what? I think that went well. We didn't really have any proof to...
So there's the end of that episode. It was a 2 mission episode. That one was good. I give it a like. In both instances, they didn't really catch much, which is not surprising. It's surprising and not surprising at the same time. Oh my gosh. First thing, BuzzFeed is like, hey, creepy dolls. Yeah, they both times didn't really catch much, but I think it's interesting. How they go to these places that are supposedly haunted, and it's like, yeah, we got this activity, we got voices, we got things moving around and all that stuff. That's crazy to me. That's the most you'll ever get. I think that's real. Doing ghost hunting and all that stuff. But yeah, that was interesting. Deciding what I want to do now. I want to yeah, let's watch another episode. Continue the spook train. Let's see, these are all 43 minutes long. Let's children in the attic. Let's do that one.
We've been told that you've been speaking to a possible spirit by the name of Jacob.
Yes.
On this episode of Ghost Hunters.
Actually, before we get started, I'm gonna be right back real quick. Go use the bathroom and maybe get like a snack or something, and then I'll be right back. So yeah. hang tight for a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's get this next episode on the roll.
Toledo Yacht
That's
Club.
nice.
A lot of activity. Past Commodores that have been deceased order drinks at the bar.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see about half of a face.
There's a boy Hunter who's made contact with some spirit that he calls Jacob.
Why did they pick Hunter?
Did you move all those marbles?
I didn't do that. Hunter was going to investigate with us.
Is that you, Jacob? I just got something touched on my back.
Do you want out, puppy? You want to go outside? Want to go outside? Alright, let me let my dogs out real quick. They wanted to go outside, and then they stood out there for like 2 seconds and turned around. If you guys gotta go potty, you guys are going outside. I hope you know that.
I think this is going to be a really interesting case.
Yeah.
Toledo Yacht Club. There's a boy Hunter who's made contact with some spirit that he calls Jacob. And also Hunter's mom works at the club, and she grew up there because her father used to be a Commodore there before he died. And she's really concerned for Hunter's safety, and she's scared.
Right. I know some of even the adults have claimed to see full-bodied apparitions, shadow figures, voices, and footsteps, and really just a lot of things that nobody has an explanation for. I mean, these are the things we have to try to figure out.
Tapscape.
Look at that. That's a nice place, and that's a nice pool.
Toledo Yacht Club, Toledo, Ohio.
Well, that looks nice.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I'm Jason.
Susan, nice to
Nice to
meet
meet you. Beautiful place you got here.
Thank you.
Has it always been a yacht club?
It has.
Okay.
Yes.
The Toledo Yacht Club opened in 1865, and after a fire destroyed it in 1906, it was rebuilt in 1908. Although popular among wealthy vacationers in the early 1900s, the club became more well-known during the Prohibition era from bootleggers using the docks at the club to smuggle Canadian booze across Lake Erie. While there are no documented deaths at the club itself, there are confirmed deaths in the water of bootleggers and gangsters, and also from boating accidents over the past 150 years.
We hear that there's claims of activity that seem to be throughout this whole location.
A lot of activity. We've had past Commodores order drinks at the bar.
Is this a visual manifestation, like the bartender sees somebody walking?
Correct.
And then they turn around and nobody's there?
Correct.
And this happens more than once?
It's happened a couple times.
A couple times,
Does it
okay.
always seem to be the same drink being ordered? Or?
Yes, in Manhattan.
Oh, Manhattan.
Manhattan. Same bartender?
No, no.
Different bartenders. That makes it
Yes.
a little more interesting.
There's been bartender that's seen a shadow figure underneath doorways down in our storage area.
It comes from under the door?
Under the door.
And then pops up like a person?
The way she described it is, yes, it was a person. There was another instance after a party. I was carrying a lot of objects down our back staircase, and I would fall. Somebody would physically touch me and push me back.
Oh,
This has then happened to other bartenders and one of our maintenance people.
As I went up the stairs, I started rocking back, and I knew I was going to take a tumble, so I was getting ready to grab the railing. But I didn't fall. I was just there, and I was balanced out, but I didn't feel any hands or anything, but I didn't fall. And I knew I was falling.
How long has the experiences been happening for?
Many years.
Ghost
Many
is
years.
saving
And
you.
Before I even started here, there's been stories.
Susan's father was a member of the club for 30 years and also a past Commodore. And she's curious if he could be behind some of the activity.
I saw something coming out of the Commodore's office. Best way for me to describe it is if you're driving down the road in summer and you look down the highway, you see the heat radiating up. It appeared like that radiating mirage just coming out of the office and going down the hallway.
While all of these claims are intriguing, the main reason that Susan called Taps in is because of the claims from her 11-year-old son.
Now, your son is Hunter, correct?
Correct.
Now, Hunter seems to have made some sort of
Yes,
contact.
he has made contact with a little boy that's 10. He says his name is Jacob, and he talks to him quite often.
How long has he been talking to him?
About a year.
Talk about an imaginary friend right there. It's you talking to a ghost. You befriending a ghost.
Right. And does he say there's
Spooky.
other people with Jacob, or is...
He said he's met his parents.
His parents?
And we don't have any names of who they are.
A bartender has
Okay.
also seen the boy.
One day I went up to the attic. Out of the corner of my eye, I see about half of a face. Just kind of peek out and peek back. It was pitch dark around him, but I could see a little boy's shaped face. It was kind of a shiny gray almost. It was really frightening.
Now, are you guys fearful of the activity? Because it sounds more like it's looking out for your well-being, especially if it's stopping you from falling down the stairs. And
There's one that is concerning. The gentleman that orders the drink at the bar. I have heard that he's kind of rude, kind of mean, aggressive.
Okay.
But as far as Jacob, I'm more concerned of why did they pick Hunter? Why is he talking with him?
So, mainly, what are you hoping that we're able to accomplish here then for you?
Probably because it's a kid, and if there is, you know, spirits and stuff like that, then, you know, the kid spirit would feel better talking to a real kid. I mean, I was dead and I was a little kid, I'd be like, I've got no one to talk to. All these... Whoa, that was a spooky sound. That was outside, I think. But yeah, that sounded like a outside. That's alrighty then. But yeah, if I was like the spirit of a little kid, I'd relate. I would, you know, talk and interact with the kid, because there's a bunch of rich people sitting around drinking beer and stuff at the bar.
Possibly find out who he is, what he's doing here. Is somebody that used to be a Commodore here also.
All right. Well, I think from here, we'll go talk to the rest of the crew and start figuring out how to set up and go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I won't lie. I mean, if that was a house, I'd buy that house.
So we just got done talking with Susan about the activity that's been going on here at the Toledo Yacht Club. And a lot of it seems to revolve around the employees who've had experiences, but mainly Susan's concerns are of her son, Hunter, and dealing with this entity that he calls Jacob, and also Jacob's parents too. And she's worried about what this means and why they're contacting her son. So this is an interesting case for us. It seems to definitely have a personal connection. A lot of times children are more prone to be able to make contact and see these entities, these spirits, than adults who are closed-minded. So now what we need to do is actually go and talk to Hunter and his parents and see what he really has to say. Hey, you must be Hunter.
Yep.
All right, I'm Jason.
All right. Hey, buddy. How are you doing?
Good.
So, we've been told
Dude's
that you've been speaking to a possible spirit by the name of Jacob.
Yes.
Can you tell us anything about him?
Well, he wears like a black tuxedo, and he has like a scar across his face.
Okay.
Wow.
Because he fell off the balcony from leaning too far.
Okay, he fell off this balcony?
Yeah, right in the middle.
He told you that?
Yes.
Did he tell you when that happened?
I think it was like 1910 or something.
Oh, so he's from a little while back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I also heard that you've met Jacob's parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 3 times at least.
Okay.
Now, have you ever met anybody that is like Jacob before?
No.
No, he's the first. And does he, you know that he's passed away, right?
Right.
Does he know that he is passed away, or does he think he is still here as a...
He thinks he's still here.
Okay.
Dogs. Shush. That's... Wow, that's sad. Imagine being just, you know, a ghost and you're dead and you think you're still alive and... You know, you'd probably be confused. Like, what happened? What happened to everyone? What is this new world that I live in? Wow. It's interesting.
It's really interesting.
So, okay, well, if you see Jacob while we're here, if you can just let him know that we'd like to talk to him tonight.
Okay.
Greatly appreciate it, all right?
Jacob, we're not here to scare you. I just want to make sure that you're real here.
All right.
Looking at the
Well, thank you very much.
Good job, Hunter.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, buddy.
So we're on the lower level of the Toledo Yacht Club, and the claims down here, there was...
Problem with a kid seeing a ghost is, you know, kids say a bunch of crazy things like that. Who knows if it's real or not, but we'll see.
A bartender that was in the back of the bar, and she heard a gentleman in back of her complaining about a drink, and when she turned around, there was nobody there. So we're gonna set up this camera to face that way and see if we can catch something.
Right there. Perfect.
We have a few different things that are quite unique about this investigation. One is it's completely surrounded by water, and there is a theory that water can work as a catalyst for manifesting and that sort of thing. We have Hunter with us, who's going to investigate with us for a little bit, and we've never had anybody that young investigate with us. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how a child's mind works in terms of trying to communicate with another child's spirit.
Yeah, right now we're in the ballroom here at the Toledo Yacht Club. This particular DVR camera is focused mainly on the balcony. Hunter has said that he has seen this apparition of Jacob standing up at the top of the balcony, and he claims that this is where Jacob actually fell from and landed here and cracked his head open.
All right, guys, it's all cameras. Looks great.
That's brutal.
Yo.
Hey, guys.
All right.
All right. We have 6 DVR cameras. We have handhelds. We have thermal. Yeah.
All right, cool. Good job.
Nice
Cool.
job,
Thanks.
Dave.
Thank you.
Let's get the lights out.
Here we go.
We're almost here.
Cool, man. You lead the way.
All right, this is Dustin and KJ. We're up in the attic space along with Hunter and his mom, and we're gonna do a little investigating up here. All right, so Hunter, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place this audio recorder down here. And since Jacob is so friendly with you, if you could maybe tell him what we're trying to do to try to get him to speak with us.
We're up in the attic of the yacht club, and this is an area where Hunter has communicated with Jacob fairly often. So we really wanted to see if bringing Hunter with us would allow Jacob to feel more comfortable with us and step forward and communicate.
Maybe.
If you put the EMF detector right over here, because maybe Jacob will come over here to try and interact with the teddy bear to let us know that he's here, then we have some kind of energy shift, and it might be Jacob that's coming in to interact with us.
Do you think if I touch the teddy bear, he might come closer?
He might.
Jacob, Dustin and KJ are not here to hurt you. They're just here to see if you're actually here. And if you are, please come through that recorder and say something. No harm, no scares. They're just here to record you, that's all. Besides, I'm here. We have some marbles for you to play with, even a teddy bear for you.
Jacob, we're here with your friend Hunter. We know that he can see you around here sometimes and that you're friendly with him.
And we would love you to join us and come and hang out with Hunter and Dustin and I, if you would like to.
Jacob, are you here with us?
It's gonna go off already. Oh, that call though. Nailed it. I was like, it's gonna go off, and then boom, right there. Nailed it.
This is going off.
That's what I'm talking about.
Jacob, are you here with us? Yours is going off.
Jacob, is that you trying to communicate with us?
Because if you are, make this spike up a bit higher.
Jacob, if you are here with us and you can hear what we're saying, do you think that you could appear to Hunter so he could tell us that you are at least here with us?
He didn't just show himself to me, but I could only hear him right there. And he whispered in my ear, I'm here.
Really?
Yeah, I heard him say, I'm here, in my ear.
Does that mean that he's right next to you off to the right-hand side?
I think he might be.
All right, Jacob, if you're here with us, you definitely have our attention.
Jay and Steve enter.
The problem with him saying that he whispered in his ear saying, I'm here, that, I don't know, like, you know, he could be saying it, but, like, he could, you know, I don't know. I don't know, but, I don't know. With things like that, with, like, kids, you know, kids say stuff and all that, and it's like, whoa, that happened, that's neato. No wonder why people don't take kids seriously. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the kid's probably at an old enough age to understand what's real, what's fake, and probably not to, like, you know, go off about this stuff, but you never know. You never know. Let's
entering the ballroom.
Keep watching. I'm getting really into this episode.
Hey, Jacob.
Now.
Jacob, do you like playing with Hunter?
Right now we're investigating the ballroom, and this is where Hunter told us that Jacob fell from that balcony right there, and he landed on the floor here, and he busted his head all open, and he passed away.
Whether you're Jacob or you're somebody else, Hunter likes you being here.
Jacob, Hunter has told us that this is where you died. That's one of my biggest fears, is falling to my death.
Yeah,
Did that happen to you? You can talk to us. Can you tell us, are you alive? Are you dead? Are you not sure what's happening?
And we've had cases before where things have made contact with kids, but more with malicious intent. You find out that even though they look like a child, they're not a child. But this thing, if truly he's been interacting with it for so long, definitely would think human spirit, no malicious intent, right? Nothing like that. If you're not Jacob, are you a former member of the club or a Commodore?
Howdy.
Sit down. Here, I'll move my
Takes a
legs.
while. That's all right. Oh,
How was Hunter?
it was good. It was fun to watch him, actually. He was, like, really into it, you know?
Yeah.
Just-
He just seems like so excited.
Yeah, he was really excited.
Yeah.
He talks more than KJ, which I didn't think was impossible. Like, he just would go at it. I don't know, he keeps saying that he can hear the spirit talk to him, which obviously we couldn't, but, you know, maybe if we get something EVP, it'd be pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
I gotcha.
so, but we'll have to wait and see if there's anything that get
Right.
recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go back out with him again in just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Something. Whoa.
The van is haunted. I don't know why everyone's wasting their time inside. There's things going on here.
Oh, God.
The
This is
van
Sam
is
and
haunted.
Dave in the den basement area.
And this is probably going to be the only time I'm ever going to be in a yacht club.
Yeah.
You know?
Make the most of it, my dude.
We've been told there's quite a few people here. There may be a gentleman who ordered a drink and wasn't happy with it.
I'm going to do an EMF sweep, just in case that's what people are feeling. So let's first check on the bartender.
I expect it's probably a little higher.
So you're right. We're getting, you know, some high spikes here and there. That's definitely coming from the machinery.
I don't think that explains, you know, hearing a gentleman
No.
mad about his drink
Yeah,
and
no
disappearing.
kidding, right.
It wouldn't make you hallucinate.
I made this point in my most recent video. There was like these two self-proclaimed medians, and they're like, oh, almost knocked over my iPod. They're like, oh, I'm hearing stuff in this corner, and the machines are going off, and you know all that crazy stuff. What is it? Machinery, like I don't know, maybe like an oven, microwave, maybe occasionally lights. They can affect this equipment that they're using because it's detecting like electromagnetic disturbances and all that stuff. And there's proof right there, witness right there. You know that stuff happens. But yeah, just wanted to say that, make that point. Let's keep on going.
Well, Jacob, if you are down here, or if anybody else is listening, we would love to talk to you. You like the moaning sound?
What impressed me was that it kept moving. Like I heard it, and I was able to keep hearing it.
Yeah.
You know,
like
while we were talking.
Look where it was going.
And I could tell what direction it was going. So that was interesting to me. Was that you walking?
It's the angry gentleman at the bar.
I mean, I was hearing. I mean.
Did they sound like they were on the tile?
Yeah. Yeah. It sounded like it was like sticky.
Yeah.
You know, like. And it sounded like it was traveling this way. I mean, it definitely caught my attention, you know.
Is there somebody down here in the den? Were you listening to Dave and I?
Ooh, I heard that.
Did you hear footsteps?
Yeah, I heard that too.
It was like.
So it was quick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe it was Jacob.
Were you listening to Dave and I?
Did you hear footsteps?
It was like.
So it was quick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe it was Jacob.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jacob? Or somebody that used to be a Commodore here? It sounded like it was like sticky.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I was gonna comment earlier, why don't they put a camera behind the bar, but in that scene it looks like they did, so I was like...
It's the Sam and Sherry in the attic of the Toledo Yacht Club. The first time Jacob met Hunter, Susan's son, was up here. And Hunter was in that corner, and Jacob walked up the back staircase and tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey, look, I'm here, let's be friends. So they've been friends since, and Hunter and Jacob get along wonderfully. They play games together every time they're both here. And at one point, there was a woman who works here, and out of this room, Jacob poked his head out. So I thought we would start up here and see if we can meet him like Hunter met him. Susan asked us to come out here. Susan and Hunter. We know you know Hunter. He's a really good friend of yours, right? Maybe you could use some more toys. I brought some marbles. If you're listening, Hunter was telling us what you look like, that you wear a suit, like a tuxedo maybe, that it has a flower, like you were here for a party, and that your mom and dad are around. That's pretty cool. Sherry has a son. Sherry, how old is your son?
My son is 9 years old.
Oh, that's pretty close in age, Jacob.
Yep. He likes to play with marbles.
Who doesn't? I used to play with marbles too.
You don't have to be afraid of us. You can come closer.
Isn't there a game called Marbles? You like flick marbles at everyone else's? I don't know. I used to collect marbles. I'd find them everywhere and just be like, ooh, that's cool. This one got a swiggly in it.
We're not here to hurt you.
This one got a squiggle.
There also have been reports of a lot of accidents happening in the lake.
Oof.
The boat capsized. A lot of other, accidents unfortunately have happened and caused a lot of harm to people.
Yeah, okay.
Were you on an accident on the lake?
It's brutal.
All right, so this is where they heard the person order the Manhattan.
The bar.
Right, and that's been heard multiple times by different bartenders. That's what I like. If it was just one bartender, it could be a little peculiar, but multiple bartenders are experiencing that.
Interesting to see how sound travels down here, though. It's like I've got this over here.
Echoes?
Sound's coming. She said he had his back turned.
Oh, dog, I'm tired.
Hi, can I have a Manhattan, please?
Yeah, but I can see you in the window, so I know you're there. It's like...
Okay, so that makes sense then. It's at night. The bar is closing, and a guy that's not very happy wants a Manhattan. Hey, can I have a Manhattan?
But if it's at night,
Have a Manhattan.
This is dark, gives me a reflective surface, I can see you.
Right.
Even with the lights on, you know what? Let's see. Now I can see even better. Right there. No matter what you order.
Yep.
So...
Oh, wow. There he
now, if you're not here, unless you're standing behind this thing when you say it, and I'm a certain angle, it's like...
Hey, man, how about a Manhattan?
All right, now, of course, if I'm
Manhattan.
here, I can't see until you come around that, but...
Yeah, but who would order a drink from behind a post?
I don't know.
Especially one like
Lights on, I
that.
can see you even better, so if you're gonna hear a voice, I just mean...
Also, what's up with these handles, rings, whatever those are right
I
there?
think typical would be, it would be
with
normal to be here doing whatever, but you're looking at what's going on behind you, paying attention no matter what you're cleaning or what you're doing. Just unless you just heard a voice, it makes no sense.
Surely it must.
Can you tell me what's in a Manhattan?
Alcohol.
Is there anyone down here who'd like to talk with us?
Why are you angry about that Manhattan, boy? Take a swig of that, and he's like, nope.
Hunter and his mom, KJ and Dustin, were in the ballroom.
We're trying to communicate with Jacob. There's a very good possibility that Jacob may be feeling comfortable being up on the balcony where you've interacted with him before. He could possibly be keeping his distance a little bit from us because we're new.
Jacob, these guys thank you, I thank you, and Mom thanks you for any interactions you've done for us tonight.
And also, we want to say, because we're going to be here late, we want Jacob to know that...
Well, he's pretty much sort of like letting a dog sniff you when you want to pet it like this.
Right?
And you can pet it like that. It's pretty much like what Jacob is, but he's just a bit shy right now.
Yeah. Well, we want him to know that if at any point while we're here, he can tug on us, he can let us know that he's here, he can talk to us if he feels comfortable while we're investigating for the rest of the night.
Oh, crap. I just got something touched on my back.
Really?
Yeah.
And now your EMF detector's going off. See, those are two things right there that if those things are happening, you want to pay close attention to what's going on. Okay? I'm just getting a shot of your back here and seeing if we can capture an image of Jacob.
Oh, wow.
Jacob, we want to thank you for any interaction that you have attempted this evening with us.
And I can't believe you just touched me on the back. Is that you, Jacob?
Spooky, dude. Spooky.
Okay. I'm just seeing if we can capture an image of Jacob.
And I can't believe you just touched me on the back. Is that you, Jacob?
KJ and I had a chance to investigate with Hunter and his mom. We went to the ballroom in the balcony area, and Hunter said that he felt like Jacob maybe touched the back of his neck. It would really be great if we had an EVP to go with that to help to substantiate, you know, his experience there and hopefully give everybody some answers. Nice work, man.
You did a great job, man.
Really nice.
Spectacular.
This is the staircase that she claimed to be pushed back up on, isn't it?
Yep.
So she felt like she was falling and something helped her so she didn't tumble and fall.
Let's do an experiment. Let's go to the top and walk down.
Yep.
And let's see if maybe for some reason the steps kind of like stop you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Maybe we'll get rubber legs or something.
Right. Or like, say you start building momentum, but there's a step that like holds you back. Does that make sense?
No.
No, doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, that's just a really friendly ghost right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the EMF gauge as well.
Just be careful when
Just
you're
to
walking
see.
down.
Helping
You
you
need
out
to
if
hold
you
on to
fall.
the railing.
That's true. Maybe I'll do that because she wouldn't have been
got
holding
you,
something.
fam.
Maybe she was holding something.
How about one of us holds the railing, one of them doesn't?
Okay, here we go. My hands are full.
Be careful though.
Thank you.
Do you think it's possible they were about to fall and this caught into her clothing for a second? Maybe? I mean...
And it pulled her back?
Right, and then they look. Well, this happened to more than one person. I mean...
See what happens. Walk down and walk close to that and see if it snags you.
Nah. Because this, I mean, coming down, this is kind of like a smooth edge.
Maybe if the hook end was
The
towards...
hook end is possible.
Okay.
What is this? Oh, it's the...
Curtain rod or something. All right. Well, my hands are still full. I don't feel weird. I don't know. I didn't feel anything weird.
Yeah, we couldn't disprove that one. Maybe that claim's legit.
KJ and Sherry in the Den Bar, which is the first level of the Toledo Yacht Club.
This is the area right here, which I understand is where the angry gentleman came up to the bar.
Yeah.
What would be something that we could do that may entice this angry gentleman to step forward?
I could go in the back of the bar.
That would make me angry.
Well, I used to be a bartender. I have my bartending license.
Can you make me a dirty martini, shaken not stirred, 3 olives?
There you go, sir.
Okay. That's the crappiest drink I've ever had.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Is there anything else I can get for you?
All right. Anybody else in here that's irritated with the bartender? Is there someone here that they call the Commodore? Susan thinks that her dad may still be here. Is that who you are? Is there anything that I can do for you, sir? Please let me know by speaking loudly and clearly. Is it wind or conversation? Is that vehicles? Sounded like voices.
Can you tell us what your name is? Do you work here?
Scared me a little bit.
Okay, so let's go all the way up.
All right. So, according to Hunter, this is where Jacob was when he fell off.
That would definitely kill a small child.
Stretch out.
Yeah. Probably kill a full-grown adult. Yeah.
Jacob?
Jacob's parents?
We're friends with Hunter.
Oh, so this is the attic where Hunter's seen Jacob.
Yeah. Jacob, Hunter says you like playing with marbles. We have some here. Look at these. These are beautiful.
Geez, Steve, there's mud wasps everywhere.
Oh, yeah. When I was really, really young, I sat on a hornet's nest. And I just remember running up to my parents' house screaming and putting my hand down my pants and pulling out handfuls of wasps. And they were stinging my hand as I'd pull them.
Oh, dude, that's brutal. I once sat on a bee that I thought it was dead. Like, I was on a trampoline, and me and my friends were playing a game where we, like, jump around, and then someone says, like, stop or something, and we all have to sit down. And I jumped down, and there was a bee underneath me. I didn't realize it. I thought it was dead, and it stung me right in the butt. I was like, ow!
Out of my crotch. My mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital. I was screaming and crying. And they said, as long as he's not allergic, just make sure the welts go down.
What was it?
What?
You didn't just hear what sounded like metal dragging?
No. Did I talk over it?
Yeah, I was rolling this, so. Did you move all those marbles like that?
I put them all in a line.
Yeah, that one out there? That.
I didn't do that.
I wonder if that was the noise that I heard while you're talking.
I don't know. I lined them all up.
You just hear all the sounds. No, it's not the noise. If somebody manifests something in their mind to a certain point, when does it actually become real? Think about it. We've worked on cases like that before.
Well, poltergeist type cases, that sort of thing, of course, but
where they're manifesting the activity themselves.
This doesn't fit the model of a poltergeist case.
No, I'm not saying poltergeist type. I'm just saying. Right, you heard that, right?
Yeah.
That's a good question. When you manifest something yourself, or like you believe it so much that you think it's real, it's like, when does it become real? Or if it is real, it's like, is it real? Is it not real? I don't know. But yeah, let's finish this episode, I guess.
This doesn't fit the model of a poltergeist case.
No, I'm not saying poltergeist type. I'm just saying.
Oh, wow.
Right, you heard that, right?
It was like a...
Yeah.
I couldn't pinpoint a direction, though.
If you move these marbles, or that bear, can you move them again? If you don't want to do it for us, that's fine, but do it for Hunter.
Hey guys, it's late. Let's get the lights on. It's time to wrap.
So we just wrapped the investigation here at the Toledo Yacht Club, and I think it's been an interesting night. We were able to incorporate Hunter into our investigation, have him get involved, ask some questions, try to communicate.
Tonight's case is going to come down to the evidence. You know, do we have evidence of Jacob? If we don't, we may try to come up with other answers in terms of explanations as to what is happening here.
All right, guys, so the Toledo Yacht Club, very fun investigation. You know, we have Susan, who is Hunter's mother. We have Hunter, who's seeing this ghost boy by the name of Jacob. He has, like, this relationship with him. And it seems like Hunter's the only one that sees Jacob. But there are other claims of people seeing a boy ghost, but they're not saying it's Jacob.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting to me. And I know his mother, you know, Susan, just really wants to know why Hunter. Why is Jacob just focusing on Hunter? And she thinks that her father's there as well. You know, the claim when they're walking down the staircase and someone holds him back.
Yeah.
She thinks that, you know, he's protecting people there. He was the Commodore at the time. What do you guys think about this whole situation about, you know, Hunter and this boy Jacob? Do you think it's possible that he really is witnessing something paranormal? Do you think it could be his imagination?
There could be his imagination. I mean, you know, we've all had imaginary friends at one point or another. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't.
But what's your thoughts? Like, what do you guys think about that whole situation with the hunter?
I mean, theory goes the kids are more likely to see things, and we have to take that into consideration.
And that's one of the reasons we were there, hoping to get some type of evidence of Jacob and his parents and maybe figure something out. I believe we did capture some things. So, you know, whether it's Jacob or if it's something else, you know, I would like to get into the evidence and play some stuff for you.
Yeah,
so
let's see.
All right, so it was me and Steve. We're in the ballroom area, and we're walking around. You can hear the creaks of the floor. But I want to bring this to you and get your opinion on this. I hear something. It's very, very low. It sounds like a whisper of saying something. It's like either one word or two words. There. It happens quick. Do you hear it?
I do.
You hear it?
Yeah, I really do.
It's like da-da-da.
It's tough to decipher because there is a lot of
sounds
creaking
going
and stuff, a lot of things going on right there, but I definitely hear it, yeah.
So this is when you and Dustin were downstairs at the first level near the den bar. You were near the fireplace area, and you guys were, you know, just having a conversation. And all of a sudden, you guys actually heard it. There was a thump coming from the bar that was on the other side of the room.
Yeah?
So we caught it. Here we go.
All right. Nice and cool, comfy couch. Nice and cool.
Right there? That's interesting enough that we heard it at the time.
You know why I like
that
it?
too.
I like it because Dave and I had a personal experience in the same general, on that floor, on the den bar area. We didn't catch it. I mean, I went over the audio. I know you went over the tape.
Didn't hear it.
And we didn't catch it, but when we stopped, it stopped. And we didn't catch it.
It was interesting because it wasn't us. I know exactly where I heard it, and it wasn't the way we walk either. It was very like, and I hear it traveling. It was quick little footsteps, like, but it was the sticky, like, but I know I heard it, and it was traveling when there was no one there. It wasn't us. Like, we stopped, and it was continuing to go for a second, and then it stopped.
So, I mean, it was an
Which
experience.
is really interesting, because as you guys were telling me about your experience, I was thinking, okay, you know, that sounds like a little kid, which then is a perfect lead into an experience that Dustin and I had up outside of the old Commodore's office. So I think we found something up there that might be worthwhile, and I wanted you guys to take a look at it.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
Oh.
Right there.
I heard something down there. Did you catch that?
Yeah. That was loud.
It was pretty loud.
And it's a weird, it doesn't sound like a bang on the wall. It doesn't sound like a normal, like a thump or anything. It's like something moving or something falling or...
Right. It seemed like a more deliberate type of noise, whatever it was. And it was interesting because we're asking for something to happen, and there it is, you know?
Right. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I have one piece for you guys.
Didn't hear
This
that much,
is
but-
Dad and Steve, and they're in the attic where Hunter says his first ever experience with Jacob was. And then they were having a bit of just a discussion themselves, but in the midst of their discussion, something was said, but I want to get your interpretation of it.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm putting my hand down my pants and pulling out handfuls of wasps. And they're stinging my hand as I pull them out of my crotch. My mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital. I was screaming and crying. And they said, as long as you're not allergic, just make sure the welts go down.
I heard it.
And they're stinging my hand as I pull them out of my crotch. My mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital. I was screaming and crying.
Yeah, I heard that
And
too.
they
I hear
said,
that for sure.
Allergic.
Let's try not
It's
to
tough
laugh.
to
I'm
hear
listening to the crotch
because
story.
it's like,
Right.
you can tell there's a third voice there, but it's like right in between, like you know, your dad and Steve are like having this conversation, and then all of a sudden there's a third person interjecting something when they're talking about bees in Steve's pants.
Bees in Steve's pants. That's funny. Also, the sun came out Yay, the rain stopped for a bit, but I hope it continues because I love rain. All right.
That's the way it goes, though. You know, anytime. That's what happened.
Every time. Timing, you know, right?
I pull him out of my crotch. My mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital. I was screaming. My mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital. I was screaming in the bathtub, called the...
Yeah, it does. I think it's saying, I'm not Jacob.
It is fantastic. Wow.
I didn't get that from it, but it's hard to hear. Gonna hear the crotch story.
Taps was called into the Toledo Yacht Club by our client Susan to investigate the claims made by her son Hunter and employees about the ghost of a small child named Jacob, as well as past Commodores who have been seen in the club. We've analyzed our evidence and have returned to tell Susan what we found.
It's good to see you, Susan. How was everything? So you know what we did. You gave us a tour, told us about a lot of the claims that were going on here. Also, you introduced us to your son, Hunter, and we were able to talk with him and discuss some of the experiences he's had here throughout the property. And we were able to have some experiences.
This clip here we're going to show you, Tango and I, we were investigating in the ballroom. Right there. Did you hear that?
Footsteps.
It's right after the footsteps. To us, it kind of sounds like sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this next piece was Steve and I. We were up on the 3rd floor, and Steve was in the ballroom, and I started heading to the back of the building. During that time, there was a weird moan sound that sounded like it came from down the hallway. We went down, we looked, couldn't find any explanation for it.
In the background, you can hear me talking. It's aside from that.
Hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Hear that moan sound?
Yeah.
Does the tone of it or the voice of it sound the least bit familiar to you?
No, that one doesn't.
Okay.
Has Hunter or anybody claimed to have heard like a groaning or a moaning sound?
One of the bartenders, yes.
One of the bartenders?
Yes.
Okay. All right, this next piece we want you to listen to, there's definitely a voice. We were in the attic, and at one point, while we were standing there talking, I heard what sounded like a metal dragging sound. Upon listening to it later on, there is no metal dragging sound. There's a weird voice that comes in as Steve is actually talking about some stuff.
Handfuls of wasps, and they're stinging my hand as I pull them out of my crotch. My mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital. My mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital.
Okay, yeah, now I can hear when they were saying, it sounds like it's saying, I'm not Jacob. I kind of hear that.
I was screaming and crying.
Not
And
Jacob.
my mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital. We do hear it sounds like I'm not Jacob, 4 syllables.
I am not Jacob, yeah.
Right. Mom put me in the bathtub, called the hospital.
We didn't find any evidence of Jacob. I'm not saying he doesn't exist, but truly, your thoughts as a parent, do you believe that he's seeing Jacob? I don't know, I'm just trying to get your thoughts. You know your son a lot better than either of us.
I think he did see Jacob.
To us, it seems to be those words coming through. So to me, that holds a little validity in terms of he's actually experiencing something, but what is it? Not sure. Could it be your dad? Sure. Could it be a past Commodore? Sure. I wish we had a definitive answer, but what we do know is whatever we encountered that night was not Jacob. And,
And it wasn't malicious. I know one of your main concerns was, is he safe? And there's no sign of it being malicious. It hasn't been up to this point.
I think there's nothing here to be afraid of, and if anything, you have some living history here in the building, which is pretty exciting.
Yes, it is.
If activity kicks up, or if things really start happening more and more, give us a shout. We'll gladly come back. Hopefully we can catch more evidence that might help lead us in a direction one way or another for you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure getting out here.
TAP showed me that they did recover some evidence, and the spirits are friendly, so that made me feel much better. When I heard the male voice up in the attic saying that he is not Jacob, very curious of who he is. Is he a past Commodore? Is he my father? What message is he trying to send? Even though TAPS didn't find evidence of this family that Hunter talks about, I still feel that they do live here.
Well, I think that went well.
I do too. Once she realized what that voice was saying, you could tell it kind of clicked. She was like, oh, Jacob. Oh, I see what you're showing me here.
And that was a real golden piece of evidence that we had, because that shows some sort of an intelligence. It knows that we're there looking, trying to make contact with Jacob.
Sure does. It can hear what we're saying, it can process it, and it can react to it.
Yeah, it's wild when you think about it like that.
Well, that was a pretty long episode, but it was interesting. The I'm not Jacob part is kind of spooky. But yeah, that was that was a pretty good episode. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like on this stream, video, whatever. And happy October. There's more stuff that's gonna be happening throughout the Spoopy month, the Spoopy Vids month series that I'm doing, and then of course Spoopy month live streams, and maybe some late night in streams every once in a while. I don't know, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about what we watched down in the comments below, and yeah, I'll catch you all later. Oh, I almost fell in my chair. Alright. Catch y'all later. Bye-bye.